In the 11th chapter of Matthew, Jesus gives the very comforting words, "Come unto me, all of ye who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." God's grace gives us unconditional love, acceptance, and forgiveness, and sustains us through all of life's struggles, pretty much. I believe believers recognize they cannot live without it. Welcome to all those to one of our videos from St. Mark's Episcopal in Dalton, Georgia, and welcome to those joining us on Facebook and YouTube today. Talking about God's grace. God's grace is not earned, it's not deserved, it's a gift. But many of us are tempted only to receive God's grace and not to use the power of God's grace to transform ourselves into new creatures in Christ. As the Book of Common Prayer, the Episcopal Book of Common Prayer says we come to the Eucharist, or are tempted to come to the Eucharist for solace only and not for strength, for pardon only and not for renewal. We participate in worship and enjoy the sermons, the music, the prayers, the fellowship, and especially the sacraments. They feed us. But we are all guilty of not allowing them to transform us. Does worship make us closer to God as it should? Does our worship and our prayer and our participation in the sacraments transform us to be more Christ-like, to become servants of God? The ministry of all Christians is to represent Christ, to bear witness to the good news, and to use the gifts that God has given us to carry on Christ's work of reconciliation of the world. Every time we worship, pray, or participate in the sacraments, we are to be born anew. And for that we should say, thanks be to God.